The light in this damn room. It used to be my favorite. Now, the sunset filtering through my La Jolla apartment window just mocks me. Every crimson ray feels like a burning reminder. I pick up the photo album. The leather is worn, soft under my fingers. Michelle's smile leaps out, young, hopeful. God, we were kids. She, in that ridiculous student uniform, me in my starched white coat, fueled by lukewarm cafeteria coffee and dreams. Andrew, when I'm a doctor, I'll fix everything. It'll be hard, but we'll get there. Her voice. I can almost hear it. The way she'd say my name, like it held a promise, a future we were building together. I supported her. Worked doubles, ate ramen, lived in that cramped shithole of an apartment so she could bury herself in textbooks. Massaged her shoulders, made sure she had snacks during those all-nighters. Believed. The ring. That platinum band I can barely afford glinting in the dying light. Andrew and Michelle, 6/15/30. Our names, our date, etched in hope and goddamn naivete. I rip it off my finger. The skin underneath feels raw, like it's been burned. The little blue jewelry box, Grandpa's, holds more memories than I can bear. Another wave of tears. I hate crying. Makes me feel weak. Jason. My brother? Even the word tastes like poison. He's always been the star. Flashy, blonde, the life of the party. The golden boy. Andrew, you're the older brother. You need to understand. Andrew, you're the smart one. Be considerate of Jason. Mom's voice, always excusing him, always pushing me aside. Every family photo, Jason front and center, me lurking on the edge. Birthdays, Christmas, graduations. Jason. It was fine. I thought it was fine. Family. Right? His happiness was supposed to make me happy too. Then the text. One fucking text. Displayed on Michelle's phone. I can't wait to see you tonight 3. I wasn't supposed to see it. But I did. In the hall of San Diego Memorial, surrounded by the sterile smell of antiseptic. Her name on the screen. Jason. The photos followed. Expensive restaurants, hotel rooms, secret smiles. My world dissolved. The floor tilted. I grabbed onto the wall. My fellow nurse, Sarah, had to help me to a chair. 7 years, a lifetime, reduced to ashes in a single moment. Scripps mercy. A fresh start. A new hospital. A new life. The smiles of sick kids started to chip away at the ice around my heart. They needed me. I mattered here. Diana. Dr. Carter. My boss, my savior, my everything. Mr. Brown, your work is outstanding. We're so fortunate to have you here. Her voice is calm, steady. Her gaze is direct, honest. Hope bloomed, a fragile flower in the wasteland of my heart. But then the invitation arrived. Heavy cardstock, gold lettering. Taunting me. Jason and Michelle. Manchester Grand Hyatt. Top floor reception. Overlooking the bay. Sunset. A goddamn mockery. Andrew, you'll come, won't you? We want the whole family there. Jason's looking forward to seeing you. Mom's voice. Cheerful. Like nothing happened. The betrayal, the divorce, the lies, all swept under the rug. Should I even go? You have to go, Andrew. Don't let them win. Carl, my coworker, my confidant, my only friend here who really gets it. We're in the break room, the smell of burnt coffee hanging in the air. He grips my hand. His eyes, kind, weary, like he's seen it all. I'm afraid, Carl. Afraid of their eyes. Afraid of everything. Show them your strength. If you run, you let them control you. Besides, he says, a hint of a smile playing on his lips. Life has a funny way of throwing curveballs. You never know what might happen. I nod. But I don't believe him. The day of the wedding. A fairy tale nightmare. The ballroom is dripping in chandeliers, drowning in white roses. The red carpet feels like a river of blood leading to the altar. My suit is too tight, too blue. My grandfather's watch is my only comfort, a solid weight on my wrist. My parents? Front row, proud smiles, like nothing is wrong, like their son isn't a pariah. The stares, the cold shoulders, friends who suddenly don't recognize me. I shouldn't have come. Jason, in a pure white tuxedo, designer everything, gleaming with smug satisfaction. Michelle, in a dress that probably cost more than my entire apartment. Smug, triumphant, the vows, the rings, the kiss, a knife twisting in my gut. 7 years, stolen, erased. Champagne flows, caviar is served. Everyone congratulates the happy couple, the perfect celebration of a perfect lie. Then the microphone, Jason's voice, too loud, too cheerful. Today, on our happy day, we have our dear family here with us. He looks right at me. His eyes are cold, calculating, especially my brother, Andrew. Hey, Andrew, could you stand up for a moment? My blood runs cold. My legs shake. I want to disappear. But I stand. I'd like to hear a few words from him. As a family representative, his smile is a weapon. Everyone, look at my brother. My ugly brother who nobody loves. Is there anyone who would take him? Laughter. Cruel, cutting laughter. My face burns. My hands sweat. I grip my wallet so hard I think the leather will tear. Then Michelle. He's used goods. But still usable, I guarantee it. The laughter roars. My parents smile. I lower my head, bite down on my lip. Tears threaten to spill. I have to get out of here. Then a sound. A chair scraping against the floor. A woman. Standing. Diana. She stands tall, a beacon in this sea of superficiality. Her navy suit is simple, elegant. Her presence commands respect. The air shifts. Jason's smile falters. Michelle's face tightens. Diana walks forward, each step deliberate, echoing in the suddenly silent room. She takes the microphone from Jason. His hands tremble. I am Diana Carter, director of the National Children's Medical Center. Her voice is low, steady, resonating with authority. A murmur goes through the crowd. Who is she? Today, I'd like to talk about a nurse. Her gaze turns to me. Steady, kind. Andrew is one of the most trusted nurses at our hospital. Even after night shifts, he visits critically ill children, holds the hands of exhausted parents, and encourages them. Silence. Last month, a 6-month-old baby was brought in with a serious heart condition. The parents were devastated. Andrew stayed with that baby for 48 hours, barely resting. She pulls out a photo. Look at this. A smiling baby, smiling parents, and Andrew smiling despite his exhaustion. Isn't this true love? True dedication? A voice from the back. A man stands. A young boy, maybe 8, clings to his hand. This is my son, Samuel. 2 years ago, he was in critical condition with pneumonia. Mr. Andrew read him stories every day. Held his hand when he had a fever. Never let go, the man's voice cracks. My son is alive because of him. He is our angel. One by one, people stand. Colleagues, patients, families. Testimonials of lives saved, of hope given. The room is filled with gratitude. Diana takes the microphone again. Yes, he is a treasure at our hospital, saving children, maintaining hope. Who could say such a person is unloved? The guests' faces change. The mockery fades. Respect replaces it. Jason and Michelle are pale. My parents look down in shame. Furthermore, there is something else I must tell you. Diana's voice is powerful now. We recently received preliminary notification from the American Pediatric Nursing Association about their annual Excellence in Nursing Award. The recipient is Andrew Brown. Applause explodes. I'm rooted to the spot, tears streaming down my face. This This is impossible. Diana turns to Michelle. Her eyes are sharp, judgmental. Aren't you ashamed? As a doctor, falsifying patient records, mistreating residents, and betraying your husband, my hospital would never hire a doctor like you. Michelle collapses into her chair. And Mr. Jason, you tried to destroy your brother's life out of jealousy. Truly valuable people don't take pleasure in others' misfortune. They save lives. They give hope. Diana walks towards me. She's a goddamn princess in the sunset-lit ballroom. She kneels. Andrew, she says softly, you are the one most deserving of love? I came here today to prove that. I remember the day I first met you, reading to that child even after being exhausted. That captured my heart. Each word sinks into my soul. Your smile is a beacon. Your kindness is support. Your dedication is our pride. The room is silent. I was moved by your passion. I was drawn to your pure heart. Seeing you became my joy. Tears pour down my face. Diana kneels. But you have the right to know the truth. Diana's voice hardens. Michelle is a woman who couldn't even maintain basic medical ethics. She only cared about her own achievements. Unreasonable treatment of residents, and most seriously falsification of medical records. The room stirs. Let me be specific. Last year's heart surgery mistake. She altered the records to hide her error. Fortunately, the patient survived, but not because of her skill. It was due to the desperate efforts of the emergency team. Michelle's face is gray. And Mr. Jason, your history of affairs? 3 years ago, you had a relationship with a married company president and were sued for damages by her husband. I know that Michelle paid the settlement money. Jason's face is ashen. Behind these two lay even more serious issues. Michelle's substantial debts, Jason's embezzlement at the beauty salon. Everything is on record. Chaos erupts. And the most despicable thing? Diana's voice is filled with rage. Their affair was planned. Michelle was after Andrew's assets. After marriage, she gradually transferred them to her name. She continued to exploit the savings Andrew had worked so hard to accumulate, under the pretext of medical school expenses. My parents gasp. My mother is pale. Jason was complicit in this plan. He aimed to monopolize the parents' assets by destroying his brother's happiness. For that purpose, he deliberately continued to hurt Andrew with his words and actions. I'm stunned. Such calculated betrayal. However, the truth always comes to light. Diana pulls an envelope from her pocket. This is Dr. Michelle's termination notice. Evidence of her medical record falsification was revealed in the hospital's investigation. Her medical license will likely be revoked soon. Michelle collapses. And Mr. Jason, your fraud at the beauty salon is under tax investigation. Wasn't this wedding paid for with embezzled money? Jason breaks down, sobbing. His white tuxedo is crumpled as he falls to the floor. However, I didn't come here to expose this. Diana's voice softens. I came to prove true love. Andrew, far from being unloved, you are the person most deserving. She holds up a ring. It catches the sunset light, casting a rainbow glow. Andrew Brown, will you marry me? Let me cherish your pure heart and your kindness towards others for the rest of my life. A collective gasp. Tears glisten in the guests' eyes. Samuel, led by his father, steps forward. He holds a bouquet of white roses. Be happy. That innocent voice breaks me. I can't breathe. Yes, I whisper, my voice trembling. Yes, I would love to. Thunderous applause. Even my parents are standing, tears streaming down their faces. Diana gently slips the ring onto my finger. It feels different than the ring Michelle gave me. Heavier. More meaningful. Let us walk this path together for the sake of the children's smiles. Diana embraces me. The chandeliers catch the sunset, bathing us in a blessing of light. Jason and Michelle are gone. No one cares. In the face of true love's triumph, hatred and jealousy fade away. 1 year later, a spring day, Sunlight streams through the pediatric ward at Scripps Mercy. I adjust my new head nurse uniform, gazing out at the San Diego cityscape. Andrew, how are the preparations for the new ward coming along? Diana's voice, gentle, loving. Our wedding rings gleam in the morning light. Yes, everything's on track for next month's opening. Staff training is proceeding as planned. My voice is full of joy. Our dream taking shape. A specialized pediatric cancer ward, combining state-of-the-art medical facilities with compassionate care. Samuel was discharged yesterday. Complete recovery. The little boy who gave you the roses at the wedding? He says he wants to be a nurse now. Calls me his angel nurse. My eyes are moist. My past suffering has transformed into genuine joy. A knock on the door. Son, may we come in? My father's voice. My parents stand behind him. Their expressions are humbled. Dad? Mom? What brings you here? My father's trembling hands produce a photo. A family photo from 30 years ago. Young Andrew and Jason flanked by their parents. We're truly sorry for always favoring Jason. For trampling on your feelings, my mother's voice catches. That wedding day, we finally realized what true love is. What family bonds really mean. We'd like to take a new family photo. This time with you and Diana. Just then, there's a call. The surrogacy is confirmed. My parents gasp. Tears fill their eyes. We'll be good grandparents this time. Fair and kind, I nod. Thank you, Mom. Dad. Diana watches, smiling. What became of Michelle? She left San Diego, working as a clerk at a small clinic in rural Arizona. Sold her luxury car. Struggled to repay her debts. But what hurt most were the cold stares. That's the doctor who falsified medical records. And Jason? Embezzlement charges. A suspended sentence. Lost social media followers. His flashy lifestyle reduced to a temp job in a rural Nevada town. Bro, I'm sorry, he whispers every night. But there's no hatred in my heart anymore. Andrew, it's time for the meeting. Diana's voice pulls me back. From the windows, I see yachts floating on San Diego Bay. I remember Carl's words. Life often holds unexpected happiness. I smile. Well, shall we go build our dream ward? Taking Diana's hand, I walk down the corridor. Photographs of smiling children line the walls. Spring light illuminates the future. The meeting room buzzes with a controlled energy. Architects, administrators, doctors, nurses, all united by a shared vision. The blueprints for the Carter Brown Pediatric Cancer Center are spread across the table. Okay, let's finalize the color scheme for the patient rooms, Diana says, her voice clear and decisive. We want something calming but also cheerful. Think sunshine and hope. I nod, pointing to a swatch of soft yellow. This one. It reminds me of sunflowers. It's warm and inviting. The meeting progresses smoothly, details meticulously ironed out. Every decision is guided by the same principle, creating the best possible environment for the children. Later in my office, a framed photo sits on my desk. Diana and me, on our wedding day, bathed in that unforgettable sunset. We look happy, content, finally at peace. My phone rings. It's my mom. Andrew, we just got back from visiting Jason. Her voice is subdued. He's not doing well. I hesitate. Years of hurt and resentment still linger, a dull ache in my heart. But Diana's example, her capacity for forgiveness, has softened me. What's wrong? I ask. He's sick, Andrew. Really sick. The doctors aren't sure what it is, but he needs our help. A wave of conflicting emotions washes over me. Pity, anger, a strange sense of responsibility. He's still my brother. I'll come, I say finally. Tell him I'll come see him. The drive to rural Nevada feels longer than it should. The landscape is barren, desolate. A fitting backdrop for the man Jason has become. The motel he's staying in is rundown, depressing. The room is small, cramped, filled with the smell of stale cigarettes and despair. Jason is lying in bed, gaunt and pale. His once vibrant blonde hair is dull, lifeless. He looks broken. He struggles to sit up when he sees me. "Andrew," he croaks, his voice weak. I pull up a chair and sit beside him. "Hey, Jason." He reaches out and takes my hand. His grip is surprisingly firm. I'm sorry, Andrew. For everything. I was a fool. A jealous, selfish fool. Tears stream down his face. I squeeze his hand. "I know, Jason. It's okay." He coughs, a racking, painful sound. They think it's some kind of autoimmune thing. They don't know what caused it. I look at him, really look at him, and I see the fear in his eyes. The desperation. The raw humanity that has always been hidden beneath layers of ego and arrogance. "I'll help you, Jason," I say. "I'll find the best doctors. I'll make sure you get the best treatment." His eyes widen. You'd do that for me? You're my brother, Jason. What else would I do?" I spend the next few weeks researching, contacting specialists, pulling every string I can. Diana is a rock, offering support and guidance. Together, we find a renowned immunologist who agrees to take Jason's case. He's transferred to a specialized hospital in San Diego, the same hospital where I used to work. The irony isn't lost on me. The treatment is grueling, difficult. But Jason is determined. He fights with a strength I never knew he possessed. Diana and I visit him every day. We read to him, talk to him, offer him encouragement. Slowly, miraculously, he begins to recover. One day, as I'm leaving his room, he calls out to me. "Andrew," he says, his voice stronger now. "Thank you for everything. You saved my life." I smile. "Don't mention it, bro." He hesitates. "Andrew, what about Michelle?" The first shrug. "She's fine." Last I heard, she's working at a clinic in Arizona. She's trying to rebuild her life. "I don't hate her, Jason. I just want to move on." He nods. "I understand. I don't think I'll ever forgive myself for what I did to you. To both of you, you don't have to," I say. "Just try to be a better person." That's all that matters. The Carter Brown Pediatric Cancer Center opens to great fanfare. The building is beautiful, bright, filled with natural light. The patient rooms are cheerful, decorated with vibrant colors and whimsical artwork. The grand opening ceremony is a testament to the power of compassion and resilience. Doctors, nurses, philanthropists, and community leaders gather to celebrate the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. Diana and I stand side by side, beaming with pride. This is our legacy, a place where sick children can find hope, healing, and love. My parents are there too, proud, supportive. They've come a long way since that disastrous wedding. And Jason is there, healthy, strong. He's a changed man, humbled, grateful. He's even volunteering at the center, helping to organize activities for the patients. During the ceremony, Diana takes the podium and delivers a moving speech. "This center is more than just a building," she says, her voice filled with emotion. "It's a symbol of hope, a testament to the power of the human spirit. It's a place where we can heal not just bodies but also hearts." She pauses, looking at me with love and admiration. "This center is a dream come true, a dream that I share with my husband, Andrew. He is the most compassionate, selfless person I know, and I am so proud to be his wife." The applause is deafening. Later, as the guests mingle and celebrate, a little girl approaches me. She's bald, pale, but her eyes sparkle with mischief. "Are you Mr. Andrew?" she asks. I kneel down and smile at her. "Yes, I am." "What's your name?" "Lily," she says. "And you're my angel nurse, right?" I chuckle. "Well, I try to be." She reaches out and takes my hand. Her grip is surprisingly strong. "Thank you, Mr. Andrew," she says, "for making this place so happy." My heart swells with emotion. As I look around the center, at the smiling faces of the children, the dedicated staff, the supportive families, I realize that everything has come full circle. The pain, the betrayal, the loss, it was all worth it. It led me here, to this moment, to this place, to this life. I am surrounded by love. I am fulfilled. I am finally, truly happy. Diana walks over to me, her eyes shining with pride. Well, Mr. Brown, she says, looks like we did it. I take her hand and squeeze it tight. Yes, Miss S. Carter, I say. We did. And as the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the Carter Brown Pediatric Cancer Center, I know that we have created something truly special. Something that will bring hope and healing to countless children for years to come. Our legacy is not just a building. It's a circle of love, a circle that will continue to grow, expand, and touch the lives of everyone who walks through these doors. And that, I realize, is the greatest reward of all. 5 years have passed. The Carter Brown Pediatric Cancer Center thrives. Its reputation for innovative treatments and compassionate care attracts patients from all over the world. More importantly, it's a place where hope blooms even in the darkest of times. Diana and I have become parents, not just to the children at the center, but to 2 beautiful little girls, born through the same surrogacy that brought us the joyful news years ago. Emily, named after my grandmother, is a whirlwind of energy with bright, curious eyes. Chloe, named after Diana's late sister, is quieter, more thoughtful, with a gentle, nurturing spirit. They are our greatest joy, our greatest accomplishment. We strive to raise them with the same values of compassion, empathy, and resilience that have guided our own lives. Jason is a constant presence in their lives too. He's become a successful, motivational speaker, sharing his story of redemption and inspiring others to overcome adversity. He's also a dedicated uncle, showering Emily and Chloe with love and attention. He's made amends, not just to me, but to himself. He's found peace. Michelle, though distant, sends Christmas cards every year, filled with generic well wishes. I've forgiven her, though I doubt we'll ever truly be friends. She's living a quiet life, working as a family physician in a small town in Arizona. She's found her niche, helping those in need, without the pressure of prestige or ambition. One warm afternoon, Diana and I are sitting on the patio of our home in La Jolla, watching Emily and Chloe play in the garden. The sunset casts a golden glow over everything, painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. Remember that day? Diana says, her voice soft. That awful wedding? I never imagined our lives would turn out this way. I take her hand and squeeze it gently. Neither did I. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. Emily and Chloe run over to us, their faces flushed with excitement. Daddy! Mommy! Look! Emily cries, holding up a dandelion. I made a wish. What did you wish for? I ask. I wished for everyone to be happy, she says, her eyes shining. Chloe nods in agreement. Me too! I wished for no one to be sad. Diana and I exchange a look. Our hearts swell with pride. We've instilled in our children the most important lesson of all, the power of compassion. As the sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the garden, I know that our story is far from over. It's a story that will continue to unfold, with new chapters filled with love, hope, and healing. And as I look at my family, at the seeds of kindness we've planted, I know that our legacy will continue to bloom, generation after generation. The crimson rays of the sunset no longer mock me. They embrace me, reminding me that even after the darkest of storms, the sun will always rise again. And that true love, like a dandelion seed, can take root and flourish, even in the most unlikely of places.